Happy Wednesday, boys and girls. Today we are going to be doing, I want you to take out your packet and then we're going to practice writing some times again. We're going to look ahead into this packet and we're going to skip a page and come back to it next week, okay? So let's get started talking about time. Right now on our clock, it shows 2 o'clock. And how do we know that it's 2 o'clock on our analog clock here? Well, remember our hour hand is the shorter hand. The minute hand is the longer hand. When the minute hand is pointing to the top of the clock, our minutes show 0. So I would write this time like this. 2, and remember I separate my hours from my minutes, o'clock. Okay, now I want you to take out your whiteboards and markers because you're gonna write the next time that's on my clock. Okay, so that minute hand makes a full lap. The hour hand moves from the 2 to the 3. It makes another full lap. The hour hand moves from the 3 to the 4. What time is on my clock there? I'm going to give you a little bit to solve. I want you to write it. Okay, I'm going to write it right now. Does yours match mine for time? This clock shows 4 o'clock. Remember, when that minute hand is at the top of the clock, the minutes are starting over. It's a new hour, so it's at 0. Okay, erase, erase, erase. Let's try one more. Okay, the hour hand goes, or the minute hand goes around once. The hour hand moves up 1. The minute hand goes around twice. The hour hand moves once. The minute hand makes another full lap around the clock face. What time is it now on my clock? Write it down. I'm going to give you a little bit again. So remember that minute hand's pointing at the 12, which means it's a new hour. I'm going to write it on mine, and I want you to check yours. Does yours show the same as mine? It is 7 o'clock on our analog clock, and this is how we would write it. 7 hours and 0 minutes with our little dots separating the hours from the minutes. We're going to learn something new today, okay? Now, our minute hand doesn't always stay at the top of the clock. Just like we saw, it has to move all the way around. Take a look here. What number did my minute hand stop at? Did I stop my minute hand at? I stopped it on the 6. It's the opposite of the 12. It's at the bottom of the clock. When our minute hand is on the 6, our minutes are at 30. Everybody say that. When the minute hand is on the 6, our minutes are at 30. One more time. When the minute hand is on the 6, our minutes are at 30. Okay, so right now, the hour hand, has it reached 8? Did we get to a new hour yet? No, that hour hand has not reached 8. So our hour still is 7. So you can write 7 for the hour. Do you see how it hasn't quite reached the 8? It'll reach the 8 when that minute hand gets all the way back up to the top. But it's not there yet, so it can't be 8 o'clock yet. So our minute hand is pointing to the 6. And do you remember how many minutes it is when that minute hand points at the 6? We just said it. It is 30. So the time that is shown on that clock is 7:30. The hour is 7 because it didn't quite go to the 8. And the minutes are on the 6, which make 30. Okay, let's try it again. It goes all the way around. Oh, we got a new hour. It's now 8 o'clock, but it comes down to the 6. I have a question. What is my new hour? Is it 8 or 9? You are correct if you said 8, because look at that hour hand. Did it make it to the 9 yet? Did that minute hand get to the top to make a new hour? Not yet, so our hour is still 8. And where did it stop? It stopped at the 6, or the bottom of the clock, which means it's halfway. And the number we write is 8:30. Nice job. So this shows 8:30. And usually we're just starting reading at 8:30 in the morning. All right, we're going to practice 2 more, and then we're going to do our worksheet. Excuse me. All right, that minute hand becomes a new hour because we passed the 12. What is my time? I want you to write it. Look at the hour hand. Where is it at? It can only be 9 or 10. Which one? And where did my minute hand go? If you had 9 as the hour, great job. And our minutes are not, it says 9:30 because it stopped on the 6. Great job. We're going to practice one more. All right, it's going to go around once. New hour. Twice. We have a new hour and stop. Ooh, what time is shown on this clock? Write it down on your whiteboards. You can pause the video if you have to. Has it made it to the 12 yet? If not, you know your hour is 11, and my minute hand's at the bottom of the clock, which means it's 11:30. So your time should be written like that. Nice job, boys and girls. This is going to get easier and easier as we continue. We're going to do this page today together, okay? Just a couple of them. Take a look. All of them, the minute hand is at the top. And if the minute hand is at the top, we know that our minutes are 0. What is our hour hand, which is the shorter hand? It's pointing at the 8. So the time on this clock is 8 o'clock. What time is it on this clock? It's 11 o'clock. And take a look at the last one. Whoa, they're both pointing to the same number. What time would that be? 12 o'clock. And we would be doing math at that time. All right. Okay, you're going to finish out these times. It's the same as what we've been practicing yesterday, remember? The minute hand's at the top of the clock. It's a new hour, so our minutes are starting over at 0. Turn the page. This is your next page that you must do, okay? It's the digital time. So you're writing from the analog clock. Now take a look. Our minute hand is switching between the 6 and the 12. Something that I like to do is I like to circle my minute hand. That way I know that's the minutes, okay? And what it's pointing to. Now take a look here. I look at my hour hand because that's what I write first. Is my hour hand to the 11 yet? No, it's not, so I can't write 11. I'm going to write 10. So the hour is 10, and if my minute hand's pointing to the 6, what time does that make it? 10:30. All right, let's look at the next one. My minute hand's at the top, which means my hour is 4, and my minutes are 0, so it's 4 o'clock. We're going to do one more. Both hands are pointing to the top of the clock, so my hour's at 12, and my minutes are at 0. It's 12 o'clock. All right, you're going to finish the last two. These are the only pages that you have to do today. Keep working hard, boys and girls. I appreciate it.